Nope, you were first place again, Daro. Even though I wasn't even sure I was even going to do anything, but I just sat there and went, ah, hell, why not? Why not, I said. Hey, Jan, Patricia, Daro. And Daro again. So how did that go, the first personal paranormal? I know it was just my story, but I guess the real test will be when somebody actually calls me and we edit one together. Uh-oh. A weirdest feeling you were gonna go live. And that's the next personal paranormal. It was actually a mixture of deja vu and vujade. Knowing you've never done that before. I'm trying to figure out what Clintish Beth meant. Probably was a typo and then went, oh my god, what the hell? Deleted it. You know what I'm saying? Oh. Oh. Even though she was dirty. Oh, he must be talking about Kenneka again. See, some of these people can't let it go. I mean, I know I bring it up all the time, too. That's because every day I get 500 comments, still. Just lunatics who can't see the truth if it hit them in the face. Yes, hit the damn like button. I've got my bots running tonight. We'll have to see if they're gonna work. I've got this person who keeps going back and forth with me on YouTube about the shoe that Kenneka was missing. You know, it wasn't really missing, though. It was in the freezer. Or, you know, it was on the floor, right? So I said, well, it was on the floor. And she had one on her foot. Okay, but you said that she went in there, and then she laid down, and then one of her shoes is off. It's like, who gives a shit? Who cares? You know, listen. Everything doesn't, you know, I mean, things don't have to have this perfectly exact description. There's no way we'll ever get to know why one of her shoes was off, but it wasn't due to some sort of attack on her, okay? So get over it. Great, would you say get over it to anybody else? I mean, was it just... Listen, no, I'm not saying that. I'm talking to you guys. Nobody ever gets over losing their kid. You don't even know her. But you act like you have this inside info on what happened, and all I'm looking at is what I actually see. I don't know. That'd be nice, Wendy, if the bots could actually do that. But we'll see if one of my comments come up on here. Let me see what I got it set at. $25 minutes for one. 25 for the other one. Maybe I should change one of these. How about 5 minutes? 6 minutes. Alright. There we go. Yeah. And that's one of the things that's weird too, is people say, how could she just have ended up there? And I just say because she was highly intoxicated, disoriented, and just barely knew what she was doing at all. I mean, she was just walking around. So to want an answer for something like that is lunacy. Well, why would she just go there? Because she was intoxicated. That's the answer. I've got that little hiss sound in the background because it's the air conditioner. It's been like 98 degrees every day. So look at, here's that same place. It's so weird. They haven't even, you know, I was there in 1986. It looks like they haven't done a damn thing to it. You know, other than there used to be a deck up here, and it looks like they fixed this house up a little bit. But everything else is exactly the same. Like this house hasn't changed a bit. When the year before, maybe 2 years before I went to this school, there was a guy in this fraternity right here who killed. He had a rifle and he shot a couple people, and he trapped all of the men's wrestling team at Otson. And they all got out. 2 of the wrestlers were actually in our fraternity. I'm not a fan of fraternities, by the way, so I wouldn't recommend joining one, or a sorority, any of that crap like that. Well, get an air conditioner, it'll feel a little bit like that. Oh yeah, and you guys ever watch the show Modern Family? Any of you guys? Yeah, me and Ty Burrell, his name was Tyler, that's what I called him. We were best friends for about 6 months, right? And then my brother died, and I kind of went into a shell. But what's funny is on that show that he's on, he's not really even acting. That's just kind of the way he is, right? So, look, I'll tell this one story. He and I were actually fishing right here underneath the I-5 bridge. And it was pretty amazing because you have to get in the water over here. And let's see. It must have been about right there. And then you have to kind of wade across, and then we got onto here, and then I was over here, and I caught this huge, like, 18-inch rainbow underneath this bridge here. But he had to go, so I said, hey, can you take this back? And I think I had already cleaned it, too. So he was just holding it by the gills, and then when he walked the fish back, I looked over at him, he went, ah, and he just slipped, fell into the water, and he came up with only the head of the fish. Oh my god, you guys are talking about the weather. Ah, jeez. That's probably one of the biggest insults ever. See, that's the thing that people say, stuff like, just to make conversation. Hey, wow, how's the weather there? Oh, it's great. But when that actually takes over the conversation, woo, Jesus. My God. Yeah, it's funny how everything still looks about the same. I don't think this tower was there, this cell tower. It's kind of a weird place to put a cell tower, don't you think? Like if the river ever flooded, the water would be up above the, you know, like into the metal. Now the whole rest of the fish floated down the stream. That was what was funny about it. But I actually was sort of mad at the time. But you know, I felt bad for getting mad. Actually, I don't know exactly when that was. But what really sucked is, like, he's probably the best friend I ever had. Like we did everything for that 6-month period. We just were like inseparable and everything. And then after my brother died, I just sort of went into a shell. And then eventually he left the University of Oregon. And then I think I transferred to Oregon State after that. And then he ended up going down to Ashland. And then eventually went to like Penn State or something like that. Penn State. I tried keeping in touch with him. I talked to him a couple times, I think, early on, but then just years later, I looked him up to try to find him, and so he went to Penn State. And I already was watching Modern Family. That's the weird part, but he used to be a lot stockier. So and then I was like, oh my God, that is him. It was hilarious. I mean, it was so weird, because I'm talking, it's 30-something years later. About 30 years later. Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. We used to always go fishing there. And then also, just a little after my brother died. Okay, there's a footbridge that goes to, let's see, let me see if I can. Okay. So there's this soccer facility, there used to be anyways, right over here, but it looks like they have a whole new facility. But you used to walk across this bridge, and then you keep walking, and then you end up right at the stadium right here. It's pretty amazing. A perfect stadium. I mean, what stadium looks better than that? That's just like absolutely perfect. All right, but a little after my brother passed away, well, before I'll mention that, is I actually caught a huge fish right here too. I just let it drift down underneath in this deep water right here and caught one. But like I was just about to say, one of the basketball players on the team, he was rafting and he flipped over right here and he didn't know how to swim and he died right here. And one of the guys in my dorm floor actually was a search and rescue guy and went under the water and actually found him and dragged him back. And they put him about right here on the bank. And I remember just standing and looking at him. And it was weird because I had already seen my brother dead prior to that. So it wasn't really... It was more just weird to me, but not freaky or anything. It's strange how sometimes in life, you get sort of numb to things. Maybe that's why I can look at crime scenes and shit. This was a pretty good spot right here too. God, that's so incredible. That's still there. We used to always come over here and fish in this little area right there. And we're talking 1986. So, man, 32 years ago, it didn't even change at all. Unbelievable. Interesting. Oh yeah, and then also during the summers, I was kind of poor, but I'd go fishing a lot to catch food, fish to eat. So literally, what's amazing is these ponds right here, right by the football stadium, like that. Well, this is the. Wow, I guess that's their baseball stadium. That's pretty nice. And then a practice facility, or maybe a soccer field there, and then football. Wow, they've really upgraded that. But right in these ponds right here, I used to catch a lot of bluegill and bass. And look how perfect that is for that. Those little logs in the water there. I'm sure nobody even fishes there, but that's just perfect. Interesting, interesting. Yeah, so what did you guys think of that video earlier today with the that other case? I think that guy could actually be one of the, might have killed that Sarah. I think what I'm saying is the guy that was just arrested, the barbarian, all right? I think he could have actually killed that Sarah person. Because it sounds like the police just had circumstantial evidence, no way to prove that he did it or anything, but they're just kind of pinning it on him, and it seems like they were all too quick to pin it on him due to the fears that the public was having. And it also sounded like, I don't think they have DNA, I don't know. If they do, they should test it again. But if they did have DNA, they obviously would have been able to prove it was the other guy, right? The Hensley guy. Hey, Brooklyn. How's it going? Oh, man, my eyes are dry. Yeah, he seemed like I don't know. There's really nothing in the paper about that story, though, don't you think? I mean, isn't that odd? I mean, here's a story that's very similar to April, but that story got no play at all. I mean, there's been no shows about it, very little information in the newspaper. It's almost like the police just wanted to say, hey, we don't want people to get scared. I was really disappointed in the press conference. They had a press conference today for the the April Tinsley case, but they didn't answer anything. They literally just were congratulating themselves. She didn't answer a damn thing. And I think that's lame. I really do. I know you're trying to be really cool, and look, he's already admitted it, all right? So I don't even know if there's going to be a trial here. He admitted it. He said exactly what he did. So, you can give us a little bit of information. The thing that makes me think it could be that Hensley guy is that the bar note said, "I'll kill again." And then literally within less than a month, there's another girl that's really young, killed again. Exactly the same way. So was that, and it might be that when they asked him the question, do you know why we called you in, and he immediately said April Tinsley, because he knows that's a huge story and it's been around for a long time, and he also knows that somebody was accused of murdering the Sarah person. So he's not going to say, oh, Sarah, I mean, that's just not going to pop into his head, but he knew that April Tinsley would be the reason. And perhaps he was more careful. Well, I don't know if he would. What's really weird to me is that in 2004 he put used condoms. He wanted to say, hey, look, here's my DNA. You'll never catch me because I'm not in your system. And that's what's so beautiful about the new technique from Parabon Nanolabs. Dun 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 dun. Wish I had the music to do that. Hey, have any of my bots came on? Ever? Oh yeah, there it is. What's up, freaks? There's one. Okay, yeah, I didn't type that in. Alright. Yeah. But I'm trying to figure out how I can make. Let's see, what the hell was I talking about right there? Like my mind got switched to something else. I was talking about. Yeah, that it seems like he did. I mean, it seemed like he did it, and he sort of told people he was going to do it, and then a same type of age girl gets killed. And he knew that nobody knew about that right now because it was already accused or put on somebody else. So, I think it's Miller is his last. That guy has the most generic name I've ever heard. I have a hard time remembering this guy's name. Yep, that's a bot. What's up, freaks? Bot. It's so generic it almost seems fake. Yeah, I have a little stomach issues myself, Cindy. I'll leave it up. I'm not even sure how long I'm going to be on here, but have all of you subscribed to the other channel for the personal paranormal experiences? I wonder if that should have been on there too, experiences. Hey, Kim, you put a message that you were going to send me an email, but all you got to do is just go to join that Facebook group and make a post on there. Yeah. I mean, his name's so generic. What do you think? Yeah, John Miller. Jesus. I guess there's probably a lot of John Millers though, right? So I guess the odds are more likely that it's going to be John Miller than anybody else. You know? There's probably a million John Millers in the United States. So I guess we shouldn't be surprised. Yeah, John D. Miller. Yeah. I've done a couple. I didn't really get anything. I didn't film any trout, so I didn't play it. Hello, Strawberry Rain. Yep, I see you. Yep. What are those little emoticons for there? I don't know what those mean. Is that somebody waving or? I'm gonna do a comment review. See what we got going on here. Ah, cool. There's a good, nice one. Typical music festival in the Northwest. It reminds me. Yep. Regarding the heart case. That was not Kenneka on the part when the girl said, "I'm enjoying myself." Okay, well. Although you missed a lot of words, what they said by misinterpreting it, I really do like the fact that you caught the part at 5:46 when she was moaning, crying at the same... Oh, Jesus. Get the hell out of here. Okay. My mother used to give me sisters and... Yeah. Always a crisp $50 bill. She passed away about a year and I struggled working and paying bills. I lived in a big apartment. Okay, the day after my birthday, it was pouring rain. I was a server. Yeah, well, I'm going to just say, hey, listen, tell you what, write this in my Facebook group. Yes, join the Facebook group. Personal paranormal and write it in there. Thanks. I don't see Megan in here. Where do you see Megan in here? Like I see Darrow says, nice Megan, but I don't see her. Where'd she go? I can't see her typing. Weird. Now, if she was blocked, she wouldn't be able to comment. She might have me blocked and forgot that. So she has to go into her settings and unblock me, or I'll have to block her again. But I don't have her blocked. Alright, let's see what we got here. Where's that one argument I got on? It's crazy. You wouldn't believe it. Okay. That's not Kenneka! Yeah, I said it. And if you listen to Ask Which Do You Believe? That your daughter, she said, yes, I believe that my daughter should be you damn. Look at, I mean, can you just write English though so I can read it? Listen to that. Asked which do you believe that's your daughter? She said, yes, I believe that's my daughter. Shouldn't it be you damn right that's my daughter? Yeah, right. She said it's her daughter, so yes, that is Kenneka. Okay, for all that came up with the notion that she walked into that freezer and was that drunk and believed this answer this. Where's the other shoe plus sock? Since you all said she walked in there. She wasn't wearing socks and the other shoe was in the freezer. Pretty simple answer there, right? Yeah, I still don't see Megan in there. So. Gray Hughes, so you're saying she took off one shoe. You did say she walked up there, locked herself in there, and she had shoes, it on video. So while she's going to take off one shoe, keep the other one on, and then leave it off in a freezer. Come on, try again. I said, yes, clown. I'm saying that one of her shoes was off in the freezer. Both of her shoes were in there, but she did not have socks on. Okay, pumpkin? Cray Hughes, really? That's your comeback? Name calling? Shows who's the real clown. Is 'cause these are your words. So your name should be clown ass, you op. So it's your ludicrous use of question marks, and you're all caps, and as if you're on to something. It's embarrassing reading your comment, and I mean for you. Good luck. Your comments are cut downs in general. You are a clown, by the way, because your logic and outrage over something that's obvious. One of her shoes is on the floor in the freezer. The other one is on her left foot. She had no socks on, ever, during the night. What don't you get about that? Gray hue, so capital letters makes you sensitive? Okay, check this out before you get out of line. Check your statements. You're the one with the statement. She went into there and died, meaning she had shoes on. Now she has one shoe on. Now if that was your daughter and you've seen she had shoes and then one shoe on, wouldn't you, it's so watch what you say, MK Pumpkin. Gray hue's gotta be a clown, 'cause I heard some clown ass shit. Your statements are so juvenile. Please never serve on a jury. Yes, she went in there with both shoes on. The freezer door shuts and latches on its own, and it was dark. Sometime in there, one of her shoes came off. Perhaps she took it off to bang on the door, or it came off in her staggering around and stepping on a heel, and it came out of it. Why does it matter to you? You're focused on absolute nonsense. So you literally can't think of any way in there alone one of her shoes might come off. Wow. Done here. Move to another channel. See? There you go. That's the kind of crap I deal with on a daily basis. Morons. Yeah. So what's the deal? How come I can't see... Well, you don't need to message me, Daro. I don't have her blocked, so it's not going to, you know, no matter what you tell me, it's not gonna fix it. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. None. I know, I said that, right. So she needs to unblock me, not the other way around. Yeah, I mean, that was one of the dumbest conversations I've ever had with anybody on YouTube. I mean, they're acting like, well, you're the one that said she walked in there, so how did her shoe get off? Well, what do you mean? They're not they're not mutually or they're mutually exclusive, whatever the hell the term. It's ridiculous. Well, I don't know what to say if she doesn't have me blocked. Yeah, she might have to log out of YouTube or something. Send who some serious info. Okay, Tales of the Blue, but it can't be like some crazy conspiratorial stuff, all right? Just factual stuff. So there you go. There's my email. Yeah, I mean, I even just checked and she's not blocked. So. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying spell everything perfectly all the time, but at least I can get a sentence out most of the time. Right? I mean, that stuff didn't even make any sense. The logic there is terrible. I mean, just think about that. What's being said in that in those comments? Let me see if I can find that again. Okay, so mainly it says, you're the one with the statement. She went in there and died. Yep, that's right. She did. Meaning she had shoes on now. So, meaning she had shoes on now. And she has one shoe on. Okay, meaning she had shoes on. Now she has one shoe on. Now, if that was your daughter and you've seen she had shoes and then one shoe on, wouldn't you... I don't know. I mean, I don't think I'd do anything. It's a shoe. It's a shoe off. It doesn't mean anything. It's just, okay, her shoes came off. You know, it's in a freezer. Lots of things can happen when you're intoxicated and you're trying to get out. Hey, there's one of my bots. Awesome. One of the bots. I love that. That's not really even her. Wow. Shoe. Oh, did you say something above too? Oh. The shoe isn't going to bring her back. It's not magic. Right. That's right. Maybe it was actually she was hoping Prince Charming or somebody would come by. I don't know. Maybe there's a reason she took the shoe off. Hey, buddy, that keeps talking about the shoe. Can grab the other shoe and kick that like. Wow. That sounds about like the same writing that was just in the one I was just talking about. Terrible. That's probably what was funny about it. Good stuff. That's awesome. Hey, do it like this. Do it like this. Do it like this. Say something like, when shoeing then and things and happy were just jumping and then stuff. Okay? You ops. Candy ran fast. Some jump high, low, and sing song in winter storm. No shoe. Yeah, that's what they said. Yeah, the thing is, I am an op, right? Because op means you're the opposite. You believe opposite. Right? So, yes, I admit to that. I believe opposite of the people who believe Kenneka Jenkins was murdered. Now, if you're saying an op meaning some sort of psyops kind of crap, then no, I have no connection to crap like that. Yeah, Hangouts is an app. Yeah. No, I can't see Megan. I don't know why. All right, let's see. This is the same person. Gray Hughes, now you're assuming. You said flat out she went in there and died. And you're talking like it's facts. And the mom's in questioning it, so I guess she's idiotic too, huh? And she said it on your video. Yeah, you go back to your circus, clown. Oh, Jesus. Man, this person doesn't even know what they're talking about. Okay, now you're assuming you said flat out she went in there and died. Yes, she did. She went in there and died. Was she on videotape? No. Does all logic and reason dictate that she did? Yes. Right? It's like if you were standing in an empty basketball stadium and you had a basketball in your hands and you threw it up in the air and there was nobody else in the building and you closed your eyes and then the ball bounced around on the floor and then it, you know, the ball's there, can you assume that the ball actually did go up in the air and land because you did have your eyes closed when it was up in the air? Okay, how do we prove that? Yeah. And like I've said a million times, I guarantee this is the truth here. Even if there was a camera, let's say there was a camera outside the freezer, and let's say that it was part of the files released by Rosemont. Let's just pretend that exists, but it doesn't. There was no camera there. But let's say there was one, right? And it filmed Kenneka open that door of the cooler. As soon as she went in there and that cooler door shut, they'd say, well, show video of her going in the freezer. How do we know there wasn't somebody already in there? Okay, and then they edited out them coming out of the cooler eventually. See, that's what they would say, you know, and it's just kind of like, at what point is there actual proof that you're going to believe? Okay, at what point? Because it doesn't seem like there's really any point where you're literally going to say, okay, I see it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I can tell you right now that even if the FBI came in, took over the entire damn case, and went over it with a fine-tooth comb and said, you know what? She died accidentally in the freezer. We can find no tampering with the video. There's nothing. Oh, they're in on it too. They're in on it too. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, you're right, Rita, but I think people that have that other opinion are absolute morons, okay? So, you know, that's my opinion. I mean, I like some of the people who think that way, but that's what I think, okay? So, that's just the way it is. No, I did. I just checked there a minute ago. I have like thousands of people blocked, but she's not one of them. And as a matter of fact, she was blocked the other day, and I unblocked her because she said she couldn't comment, and I was like, oh, I didn't remember. I think I blocked her because of what she did over there on the Lookner thing. But yeah, so I can't see it. It's weird too, because won't the comments show up on? Maybe I'll close down my chat and see what happens. Hold on. Yeah, I don't see it. Yeah, just block that one guy. Don't even do the 300. There's no... He's not even really here for anything. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just send me the information, Tails. We'll see what we get. Yeah. I can't. I still can't see her. So I don't know what's going on. Have her double check to see if I'm blocked. Okay. Because that's the only thing that makes sense to me. Although you know what? Even if I had her blocked and she had me blocked, I should be able to see her comments because this is my live stream. You know, I'm a. I don't know why I wouldn't ever be able to see her comments. That's kind of weird, actually, because this is all part of the video too, so her comments would probably be in the video, but on the side there, but I won't be able to actually see it. Here, look it, watch. You see this right here? This is the chat right here, right? Let me zoom in on it. See, I don't see her at all. You see that? See what I'm saying? You guys can see it on the screen right there. It's not, there's no Megan in there. Oh, the wrenches are moderators, Lori. So even if you disagree with them, you have to agree because you don't want to get booted. I'm just kidding. They don't do that. Right, you can see her, but you can't see it on the screen of the video that you're watching, right? That's the key. I can't see her. Yes, it must be paranormal. Good guess, Strawberry. Good guess. Right. That's right, Kelly. Yeah, I just saw Uncle Fed's video. It's a joke, okay? I went on there and just went, oh my god, Jesus, are you kidding? His videos suck, Rita. I dealt with him early on in the case. He doesn't use logic or reason or anything. He's very unknowledgeable about technology or anything. He just hears a couple words by somebody else and then spits it back out as if it's some miraculous fact that he found when he really has no clue what he's talking about. When you're actually talking about something, you have to have a background and information. I've worked with video for years, so I know what I'm looking at when I see something pixelated. All right, his videos are absolutely terrible. All right, and it's sad because people actually believe that crap. Yeah, well, that's how I really feel, Rita. Yeah. Look, I don't think everybody who believes certain things are morons altogether. I just think it's really, really disappointing and naive and gullible. Okay, obviously, morons are people that can't think at all, right? I'm just saying that it's very naive and gullible. There's a lot of the stuff going on in that case is so disturbing to see. You know, that random news guy, he's making videos about that. I don't support him when he made the video of me again with Straight Drop, because he and I had already went through all that. We fixed our issues and everything, so I don't want it relitigated, okay? But if he wants to go make, videos on Candace Starr and Beach Beauty and Uncle Fed and all these other people that come up with the most ludicrous things, then do it. I mean, I think it's a valuable thing. All right? because he is, you know, he's seeing the truth. I mean, well, that's your truth, Gray. No, no, it's actually the truth. See, sometimes there are truths out there. Run circles around my sub button? I don't get it. Yeah, I'm not talking about Uncle Fed's, Unc Fed, or whatever the hell you guys call him. His person, his videos are terrible. Okay, I'm going to say that if I want to. That's my analysis of his videos. The difference between me and you, Bo, is someone like you cuts down the actual person, right? Not the work that they're doing. See, when I see crap that like Society 2 Cents put out, Beach Beauty, especially Candace Starr, it's embarrassing, right? And I'm going to say it because that's my opinion of the work. So what is Tales of the Blue-Eyed Indian doing that you're all subbing? Does he have a bunch of videos on cases, or seems like a bunch of you are subbing over there? I mean, I haven't been to his channel. Man, I wish people would sub to mine that easily. Gonna have to work on that. Yeah. I didn't call him a name. I mean, maybe I just said, I don't know what you're talking about. I just said his work sucks. Okay? It's terrible. You might have heard me referring to somebody else. At least I don't remember calling him a name. Yes, they do it all the time, Rita. That's what I'm saying. So I have no problem with me saying it, because they say that about my work all the time. Like every single day. No, I didn't see her super chat. But thank you. I don't know how much, what she gave me or whatever, but yeah. The super chat didn't come through. It doesn't even show up at the top of the screen. It didn't even come through on the like the screen where it goes ching, that kind of thing. So I don't know what's going on there. But thank you. Yeah, right, Rita Ray. Yeah, fair is fair, right? But that's all they ever do. I mean, I have been alone on an island since the beginning of this case, making videos. That's it. Right? I'm the only one that's actually putting out the factual information as it's presented, not inventing something to try to sell a story. Oh, look at this. Ooh, look at that guy sitting there. Oh, look at, he's whispering something. He's probably saying, asking when the person's going to come pick up the organs. I mean, it's just ludicrous crap. Okay. Oh, wow, she's got a walkie-talkie. Binoculars. Why does she have binoculars? Oh. Yeah, well, who cares why she has binoculars? Yeah, well, do you make videos, Rita? I'm talking about the people who Listen, I'm going to tell you this right now. There isn't one video that I've made that you could take and debunk it. You know, there's little elements here and there. Like, for example, in the lower kitchen, at one time I thought that was a bulletin board there. That's it. And it turns out it was a window, and then I clarified that in another video. I have no problem fixing something if I see it wrong, and I do every time. So that's the difference. That's what makes me different. I don't put out crap and then leave out crap once I realize it's crap. Okay, that's the difference. Okay, so are you not sending me the information, Tails? Because if you are, don't send it to me if you're going to make a video on it, okay? Because if it was interesting, I would make one, but I have a feeling it's going to be kind of really speculated, like somebody wildly speculating, and, oh, there's this one guy, he kind of looks like this, blah, 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 blah. That's my opinion. It always ends up being something like that. Yeah, that foot over the door, it's actually on the inside of the door. It actually crosses over that little bit of the threshold because the door doesn't even go there. It stops prior to that. Oh, you got blocked for that? Jesus. That's lame. Alright, well, take a look at it. See what it says. Look at these. Okay, I know exactly what you're talking about. Anani, or whatever, 14107. That one guy made a video saying, "Oh, is it possibly related to?" It's not. Okay. Miller, well, there's no connection at all. So when someone says possibly connected, okay, is it possible in terms of? Yes, oh my God, it's 1 in a trillion, but yes, it's possible. All right, there's been nothing that's ever been linked or anything at all to the Delphi murders, to the April Tinsley case. All right, there's nothing. So that one guy made that video, and he just does it for clickbait. That's all he's doing. I know exactly who you're talking about. He knows there's no relationship there, but it's a good narrative, so you make a little video about it. Okay, well, just send me an email though, Tails. When you say invite, I don't know what that means. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, is that's what tunnel vision and confirmation bias are based on. If you're somebody that was really believes something, you really believed it, and you keep looking into it, you'll look at everything that comes in a way that supports your theory. Well, not every live chat, Summer. I'm just saying, I'm the one that's bringing up. I just read an email, but you know, it's always somebody attacking. Yeah. Right here, little victories. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, that's kind of what happened in the Justin Ross Harris case. You know, the guy that was convicted of malice murder of his kid that was in a car. That whole thing was manipulated by the prosecution. They put out these fake stories to the public, and it skewed people's minds. And it turns out at trial that was all not accurate, everything that they said. So what they did then, they brought in all these girls that he was texting, and so they wanted to destroy his character to the jury, and it worked. So no matter what the defense would say, that was one of the most egregious cases I've ever seen. Now, well, you'd have to see it, because if you watched it and you're a holier-than-thou type mother type, where you go, oh, well, I would never leave my kid in the hot car, then he's guilty before it even starts, okay? But parents do that, and they don't do it on purpose, all right? They're distracted. Now, the reason Justin Ross Harris got malice murder and life without parole is because they convicted him on the reason he got distracted, which was sexting and texting people. All these different women, right? And that makes you not like the guy, but I care about his heart, his intent. Okay? Now, maybe you could have came up with something like, hey, thanks, Kelly. Maybe you could have oh, there you Yeah, we'll have to figure that out with Megan. I don't know what the deal is there. It's funny, because she can see the whole conversation, but I can't see. Oh, there's your little dance for you. See that? You got the dance, I think. Yeah, there you go. Hell, it even looks like you. It has the dark hair and everything. Yeah, the kid died. Basically, this is how it went. They stopped to have breakfast in the morning, but he's already texting and sexting different girls and stuff. And then he's supposed to take his kid to a daycare, which is right around the corner. But his work is not far away either. So he put the kid in his car and he started driving. Then he got distracted and he drove all the way to work. And then he walks into work. And goes to work. And then at lunchtime, he was taken to Home Depot, right? And so he didn't even go to his car at lunchtime. So he went to Home Depot, and when he came back, he had a bag of light bulbs, and his friends were right there in front of the car. He wasn't nervous about it or anything. And he actually opened up the the front door and flung the light bulbs into the passenger seat. Okay, but he's got kind of these tinted windows and stuff. And he didn't even put his head inside the car. He just flung them in and then shut the door. All right, and then he walked in, and then he stopped, and he texted. But the way the prosecution made this sound was nuts. I was actually golfing one time with 4 people, 4 men actually, and 3 of them, I mean all 3, because they have kids, they said, wow, I've actually left my kid in the car on accident, but I remembered quick enough, you know, like right away, like, oh wow, they're still in the car. So that just shows you. And the thing is, if you're a computer programmer type, I guarantee something like that can happen to those people. Because you're driving around and you're thinking of the next program that you want to run and how the code might work. I've actually gone grocery shopping before. Full on, 10 bags of groceries. I get home and I leave them in the car for 4 hours, the groceries. And then I go, oh my God, because by the time I got home, I was already thinking about the next piece of code that I could write, and I run in, start typing it in, and I just totally forget about it. Well, groceries aren't kids, Gray. That's, you see what I'm saying, Gray? Jesus. No, I know it's not, but it's the same mechanism. Do you get it? I'm talking about the Justin Ross Harris case, Asphalt, in Atlanta a couple of years ago. A total railroad job by the prosecution. But if you get in the wrong crowd of people, you're an absolute pariah if you mention that. Right, Rita. That's the thing. Or even if they're just quiet, you know, not making any noise, you know. They had a seat. Well, let's see. So the seat was rear facing, but it was behind his seat. And they tried to trick the jury the first time. They moved it a little bit in their little... They took a little 3D scan and they moved the seat just to make it look a little easier to see. And one of the biggest errors that the judge made was allowing the jury to go and sit and look around inside that car and look around from the outside and all that kind of stuff, because it wasn't how he saw it. And that's a key component, is what he was doing. So at lunchtime he just opened the door and flung the bulbs in, but never put his head inside. And then, well, who flings light bulbs? Well, everybody does, because they don't break in those little things that they're in. All right, so you get these people, it's the same crap in every case, unreasonable minded people. And then they showed the surveillance footage, and he didn't act exactly how you, when I say you, the people watching the trial, he didn't act exactly the way they wanted him to act. So, oh, he's guilty then. Yeah, ridiculous. Yeah. It's an absolute nightmare. I guarantee it, he did not do that on purpose. Yeah. All right, see, there you go, Kelly. You're just one of the lucky people that you noticed right away and went in there. Now, let's say you happen to be at work or something that day, or you know, something like that. That would have been maybe a whole different ball game there. Yeah, that didn't bother me a bit, because once you know Justin Ross Harris, he sits there and just talks. You hear him in the interrogation, he just chatting away, and what she meant was like, did you say too much, like, you know, just the way he is. I don't know how to explain it, but he just talks too much. So they probably were like, oh, wow, Jesus. So what, you know, because he started getting into the stuff like, well, forget it. You know, I don't want to go down the whole road again. To me, the Justin Ross Harris case was a little bit like the Trayvon Martin case. It was like this huge divisional case. You either had to follow the absolute bias of the attorneys on the prosecution side, or if you used your reasonable mind of what the defense was saying, you were a monster. I thought the defense absolutely destroyed the crap that the prosecution said, but it didn't matter. And you know why it didn't matter? Because they already convinced the jury what a monster he was by bringing in all these girls that he sexted with, as if that was relevant. What relevancy did that have, other than to try to make him look like a monster? That's it. No, it wasn't. It just it wasn't a black baby. It was a white baby. I'm not. It's weird how that always gets stuff like that. Like it's just a white baby, white dad, white mom. And what difference would it make? See, here's the thing. It would make a huge difference in the public. Like, all of a sudden, everybody go, oh, it was a racist killing. He tried to kill. Yeah, there's been other black baby. I remember that was sort of more recently. There was another case like that. But it has nothing to do with racism, okay? But it always gets spun into that. That's the sad part about it. Just like the whole thing with the Hart family, everybody's like, I saw probably 1,000 comments that said, well, white people shouldn't be able to adopt black kids. What a joke that a comment like that is. That's stupid. Okay? It has nothing, that's just them. They're morons, okay? The Hart family was an embarrassment to mankind. Race really has nothing to do with that, other than the fact that, yes, the kids were black and the parents were white. Okay? But to sit there and say, oh, wow, oh, Jesus, man, white people shouldn't be able to adopt black kids. That sounds racist to me. Okay, there's a reason that white people adopt black kids, because they're not being adopted by black people. Okay, they're available to be adopted, and there's way, you know, the population, there's way more white people in America than black people. So yes, when there's a bunch of, you know, African American black kids, or whatever the correct term now is, I always just call them African American. That's what I used to say, but is it black? Is that the term that's more appropriate? Because I don't really look at them like they're actually black. You know, everybody's different tones. Oh, that was the let's see, the Dermond case. Did you ever look that one up? I don't think I made a video on it's the Russell and Shirley Dermond case. Yeah, I think I remember that one, Phoenix. It was in the news about, I don't know, a few months back, right? Yeah, I agree with that too, Phoenix. It's like, aren't we just all people, you know? It's stupid to even have to put a label on it. That'll be the day when everything is normal. When there's no more racism or anything, or no bigotry or anything, is when nobody refers to anybody as, like, there's no boxes to check when you go for the census thing. Well, I'm an African American. Why can't you just type in, I'm an American, right? Who cares what you are? You know, just everybody kick ass, all right? Just start doing it on your own. Go do something. Yeah, I totally. My family. Well, I know my dad isn't PC. I don't know any racists though in my entire life. Like, well, I mean, I'm sure I've met some in my life, but nobody I know or hang out with or talk to or anything. I know nobody, none. So I'm trying to figure out why this is still being said every time anybody, you know, like me, every single day. There's always some kind of a comment in one of the videos or somewhere that somebody makes, you know, getting called a cracker or some kind of crap like that. It's like, Jesus, get over it, man. Just start kicking ass. No, it's okay, Phoenix. You didn't really do that. I was just thinking to myself that would have been a huge, even a way bigger case if that was the truth. Yeah, that's not true though, Asphalt. Sorry about that, buddy. No, I mean, I get what you're saying. Yeah, I hate that phrase too. I thought you were saying that there is, but yeah, it's like, that's like the biggest thing on college campuses now. They have classes for that. Oh yeah, you gotta realize what it's like. Ah, Jesus. Yeah. Yes, there are some privileged people. I wasn't one of those. Hey, what's this? What are you doing, Hanu? What are you typing in? Why are you typing in all these weird phrases? Tails. This isn't one of these. It's not one of the like. Hey, hey, remember that? We don't do that in here. All right. I knew Patricia would like that. You loved it so much at the time, right? Remember that? Hey, hey. Who does? Daro? I don't even know who you're talking to. Blue Indian Hotline Bling. I don't even know what that means. Forget it. Jesus. Yeah, you like that, huh, Patricia? Yeah. Yeah, here's what I want. I just want some... If you have a story that's paranormal, just join the Facebook group and type it in there. I don't want comments in my channels or anything. Hey, there's Uncle Fed, the rodeo clown. Hey, how's it going, buddy? The guy that every time I show up slams me into the pavement in his groups. He allows all of his moderators and people in his chat room to say all kinds of bull crap that's unrelated to anything I said, and he lets it go. We want dot what? Hey, learn to type, and then I'll actually listen to what you're saying. Type in real words, okay? Not the words that you want to type. Type in real words, like actual sentences. Jesus. Guy's an embarrassment. You know, I remember you made that video early on when you said, oh, wow, look at the surveillance camera. It's all lies. You know what he was looking at? The 360-degree camera video that I made. He thought that was a surveillance camera. Can you believe that crap? How much you want to bet Bo Jackson went over there and messaged Uncle Fed and said, hey, Gray's over there talking about... He's such a... Oh, they've talked about me 1,000 times on their channel. I've never even... Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Of course he did. I don't mind, though, Uncle Fed. You've treated me like garbage for a long time. All right? Now, you can let Uncle Fed type. I don't mind him typing. You know? The last time I was on there, he read the stuff that I would say, but he allowed his whole, you know, pack in there attack me endlessly over and over and over, and I was just trying to have a conversation with him. That's the part that sucked. Hey Bob, what's up? Well, Uncle Fed, you know, the thing is, you've talked about shit about me many, many times on your videos. I've seen it, okay? And I've never once said a damn thing about you. I don't even I've watched like 2 of your videos, and a couple, they were absolutely embarrassingly shitty. Okay, you remember the one where you said, oh, look at that, this is a surveillance camera. Look down there, that little white circle. Whoa, whoa. That was the 360-degree camera footage, all right? But I've never mentioned you before until right now, tonight, okay? Because I tried going on there and having a normal conversation with you, and you let your entire crew in there bash and attack for like literally 45 minutes. It was a joke. All right. Well, I see you there. Okay, go ahead. I see you there, Uncle Fed. What do you want to say? Go ahead, say something. But you don't need, you got your little minion Bo out there. What a funny guy. He comes in here and he slams me down, and then he goes and gets you like a little child. Right, but you see, that's your group. I won't allow somebody in my group to just keep going on and on and on about somebody and attacking them verbally and personally and accusing them of things. Okay, that's the difference between you and I, okay? You think it's, oh, I don't really care. They're my subs, so I'm just going to let them say whatever they want about somebody. They kept saying I work for the hotel and all this other bull crap, and you allowed them to do it. You don't need to do that. Okay, you need to have a little bit more control. I saw you reading all the comments. You would actually read them out, and all you did was chuckle at the things they said. Beautiful difference. Jesus, that's a terrible difference. Yeah, it's beautiful for you, I'm sure, Uncle Fed, because you like it when people make up lies about people. Because a lot of your videos, that's exactly what you're doing. That's right, Colleen. You know, the funny thing is this is the truth about this case. See, I always hear people go, Gray, 99% of everybody believes Kenneka was murdered. And I say, no, I think that's crap. I think there's like 20% of this huge mass of people believe that. They're just more vocal because they actually believe it was a murder. All right? The other people are like, oh, okay, yeah, it's an accident. And they move on, you know? They don't join in on this. My, what do you call it? What I thought I could do in this case was bring clarity to many people that were confused, and I wanted to show them the truth, okay? Right, I get it. I see what you're saying, Uncle Fed. I actually like the people in chat, though. Okay, I'm not like you. When I'm talking, I do read what they're saying, and yes, sometimes it throws me off a little bit. I will admit that, but I like what they're saying. Okay, so I actually care what they're talking about. And yes, sometimes when they're talking about the weather and I'm presenting something, yes, that does bug me. But they know that. They know that. That's what's cool about it. Oh, Bo, the little snitcher. Woo-hoo-hoo. Hey, listen. Hey, Bo, when I'm getting slammed all over the place, nobody ever tells me. I mean, very few people ever say, hey, great. And I don't go over there and start talking either. I don't care. Okay, how about this, Uncle Fed? Hey, Uncle Fed, are you there right now? Say, if you're there, I'll let you call in on a regular line, and then you can ask me anything, and I'll pull it up on the computer over here, and I'll show it to you. Yeah, but why do they hate me, Uncle Fed? Because I tell the truth? Is that right? I think people hate you too, Uncle Fed. I think a lot of people listen to you and go, God, what an embarrassment. Okay? So, there's always that. Ah, that's true, Melanie. That's true. That's true. So is that a different Megan right there, or is that the Megan from before? I can't tell. Thank you. Yeah, I'm sure. Yes, there are people who hate me, Uncle Fed, and there's a lot of people who hate you too. Okay, that's the beauty of being on, or the drawback, I guess, is that on social media, people hate people. Now, there's nothing about the hotel, Uncle Fed. The hotel was a normal a hotel. Maybe it's a crappy hotel, whatever. And she died by walking through the halls, being intoxicated and disoriented, and then went back into the cooler and then the freezer, and the freezer door latched on her, and she couldn't get out. Okay, that's the truth. Yeah, you work for them. You work for them. I'm out. What an idiot. Jesus, really? Oh, God. Oh, really? Well, that's how you get kicked off of YouTube. If you stream somebody else's live, I'm gonna go ahead and keep streaming it, Uncle Fed. It'll give me time to report it. Hold on a second. Keep streaming it. Can't wait. I'm gonna do it right now. There we go. All right. All right. Got that. Now you just have to go over to the... Now let me go back to that. And let's see, infringes on my copyright. Next, submit a copyright complaint. I'm not a robot. Submit. All right. Let's see. Copy my creation. Who's affected? I am. Seriously, keep up the video because I'm about ready to turn it in here. All right, there we go. And let's see, my YouTube video is re-uploaded by, let's see, my live performance. There we go. And title of work beginning. Let's see. This is good stuff right here. Good stuff. Yeah, I'm still there, everybody. Alright, there we go. Good luck there, Uncle Fed. Good luck. I'm not like the other ones, alright? Good luck there, buddy. God, he's actually literally. No, I'm not flagging anybody. I just reported you for copying my live stream to you. Okay, flagging is something totally different. Okay, you can't copy somebody's live stream onto your stream. Okay, that you cannot do that. So good luck with you. All right, buddy. God, he can't even type. Boy spelled with a Y. No, listen. I don't care if you're live. You copied my live stream into yours. You went to my video and put it onto your video stream. You can't do that. All right, that's against YouTube's policy. All right, so good luck with you. All right. Right. Okay. So yeah, you're right. It's not worth it, but it's still up over there. I just saw it. Why is it still up on your site? Jesus. Anyways, good luck to you there, buddy. Trying to find my sorry everybody, I didn't mean for it to get so distracted. I was just doing the same thing that they do to me all the time. They talk about me on all their live streams, cut me down. So yes, I think that Uncle Fed's videos suck. I think Beach Beauty's videos are terrible. I think that Candace Starr's videos are terrible. I think a lot of their videos are absolute garbage and nonsense, okay? I have the right to say that. Now, their viewers think they're great. I mean, nothing I say should affect their viewership, because everybody that watches their videos think they're awesome and really neato and cool. Okay? I just don't agree with you. I think they're terrible. All right? And I have the right to disagree. And I'm also going to say it because I'm critiquing your videos. They're terrible. All right? Well, it's actually factual. You made a video. Do you remember that one, Uncle Fed, about the... Oh, look at the new... this camera right here wasn't released. The surveillance camera in the upper kitchen. Look at that, look at that, look at that. It turns out that was a 360-degree camera. You mentioned my name a whole bunch of times in that video, too, as if I was trying to trick people. It's a 360-degree camera that they use to film the kitchen. It's not a surveillance camera. Right, Uncle Fed, right. Keep telling yourself that. There, yeah, you will not ever prove that, Doughboy, because that doesn't exist. You're not going to be able to prove it. I do not believe it's... Now, is it possible that there's a missing motion file? I guess I have to say yes, but the odds are low, okay? Very, very low. Most hotels have the NVR system, and they don't store it to hard drives, okay? They have it on these little, like, DVR type things, all right? You know, it'd be cool. See, Uncle Fed, he keeps making these videos and he thinks he's disproving my video, but he never does. Because whenever you watch his videos, they are so nonsense. But his viewers go, "Oh wow, wow, wow! You got it! You got it! You got it! Oh wow!" And I look at it and go, "Wow, that proved absolutely nothing. It didn't even really prove anything." Yeah. Oh boy. I will prove. I am Uncle Fed Fam, and he's on the right path. Okay. Hey, Doughboy, listen. I don't agree with you. He's not on the right path. He doesn't even know what he's talking about. I listened to him. He says, I don't even know what the technology. I mean, I said really basic stuff in his chat, and he was trying to. He didn't know what it meant. So what he does is he just kind of parrots what other people say, and act like he knows what he's talking about. Yeah, that's great, Uncle Fed. Why do you care what I'm saying? Literally. Yeah, you don't need to block him. I'm just saying, why do you care what I'm saying, Uncle Fed? Listen, your viewers will never not watch your videos, and none of my viewers think your videos are good. All right, so we're not going to lose or gain anybody. All right, that's what I'm trying to talk about. So why are you even here? I mean, I don't really get it. You've talked about me 100 times on your videos. People say, "Hey, Gray, Uncle Fed talked about you today again." Yeah, and I go, yeah, whatever. So I bring you up for a couple minutes saying your videos are terrible. And all of a sudden, these people have to go tell you, like a bunch of weird snitches. It's kind of weird. Hey, Doughboy, listen, here's the thing. If something's possible, you have to prove that it happened, not that because something's possible. Right? Yeah, you can set the motion sensors to capture video 24/7. You can set them to capture part of the day, the whole time, and then the other part's motion capture. You can have just motion capture. There's no audio being recorded on these cameras. You can turn that off too. You know, yes, there's all kinds of things. Oh, so he's got all of his people coming over here now too. Yeah, see, when you say Western digital footage, you know what you're even saying when you say that, Uncle Fed? Do you know what you're saying when you say that? Here's what you didn't understand. When I was on your chat the other day, and you had that moron say, "Oh, well, Gray doesn't have a Western digital hard drive." That is totally irrelevant. Listen, there's files, right? Just listen for a second, Uncle Fed, because you don't have a clue what the hell you're talking about here. The files were put on any number of types of hard drives. It doesn't matter what the type was that the cops got. The next day they might say, "Okay, I'm going to use Toshiba or whatever." It doesn't matter. Okay, it's the same files. You don't lose like some sort of legitimacy of the files because you're using a different brand of external hard drive. Do you understand how ridiculous? When I listened to what you guys sounded like, it was insane. The files are all the same, Uncle Fed. See, that's what I mean. You don't understand it. It's weird. It's really, it's bizarre. It's the same freaking files. Do you get it? The same files, the same exact exe files were on maybe somebody got a Western Digital, I got a Toshiba. Who cares? It's whatever deal they got a better price on, because I have to buy it. I had to pay $67. It was $50 for the hard drive and $17 for shipping. And it matters where you live. That's why they ask you, well, where do you live? Okay, that's going to be $67. Call me out of your name. What's a name? Yeah. So let me know what a name is. I'm trying to figure that one out. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah. All right. Yeah, see, when like Doughboy's over there, he keeps asking all these questions. Did you order the hard drive, Doughboy? Because I have it. I have all the footage that you can get. Some cameras aren't on some days, some are, you know. There's a couple that aren't on other days. Yeah. Well, the thing is, Uncle Fed, you've never been respectful to me. Okay, so if I come onto your chat in the next day or so, and you're respectful to me, I'll treat you differently. But you were not at all the other day, okay? And yes, letting people in your chat accuse me of working for the hotel and all that kind of crap like that. Yeah, see? There you go. You just called me an idiot, see? But here's the thing, is when you call me an idiot, it's a compliment, okay? Okay. Yeah, it's time to shut down the, I'm gonna, yeah, you're right, I'm gonna get back to my crap here. So I'm gonna hide Doughboy, see you later Doughboy, I'm gonna get rid of, who else is on here that's just trolling around? Let's see. We got, see, Doughboy didn't actually get the hard drive, so he's just talking crap without knowing what he's talking about. Okay, where's the other one? All right, who else? Who else is on here? Nope, I'll let you stay on there, Uncle Fed. I'll let you stay on, but when you send your trolls over, like a bunch of morons, oh my God, there's a little bicep curl. Oh, jeez. Yeah. So let me just explain this one more time here. If I have about 1,000 files on a computer, right, and then I get, yeah, you did, Uncle Fed. Everybody heard you over there. Listen, you know, and you know what I mean? You showed them my live stream, so yes, you were telling them to go do that. You know what you're doing, so don't try to pretend. Yeah. Oh, so that was you, Megan, from before. That was funny. Okay. Yeah, so listen to this, Uncle Fed. I'm going to explain this one time, and if you don't get it, then I'm going to have to call it a day with you, okay? Listen. If I have a computer that has 1,000 files on it, and then I went to the store and I bought a Western Digital, and I bought a Toshiba hard drive, and then I went and bought a, I don't know, let's just say there was one called Jim's Hard Drives, right? And I take those 1,000 files and I put them on all three of those, the same 1,000 files on all three. There's nothing different about any of those. They're all exact copies of the originals. The original files were the ones that were on the, like, let's say, a computer that had the software, the VAST software on it. So they had all the files there, and then they distributed them. They put them all out on the hard drives, and those are exact copies. There's no difference between, when you say the word copy and the original, there's no difference. Zero difference. They're exactly the same. Okay? It just sucks that you have to say the word copy, because then people like you go, oh, so it's a copy. All right? That's it. All right? It's simple shit. I've worked with computers for, gosh, what is it now? 1990, so 28 years now. Or 1992, excuse me. So 26 years. I know exactly what I'm talking about with this. Yes, people like you, meaning the people who believe that it's a murder, you see? Yeah, Uncle Fed's one of those people that always picks up on terms so he can try to discredit somebody. It's like if you say, you know, they were over here. Yeah, who's they, Gray? Who's they? Well, the people who believe that. You always have to qualify something. Yes, you've said it a million times. You think she was murdered. And that her organs, you know, you probably believe all that crap. Yeah, he hasn't said it here, but he says it all the time. Yes. You have to, if you believe that she didn't die in there accidentally, then what did she die of? And therefore, it was a murder. I don't know, Uncle Fed. I actually don't really watch your channel very often, just a few times, and every single time that I've watched it, my name gets brought up somehow. I'm trying to figure out why that happens. Yeah. All right. Well, hey, see you later, Uncle Fed. I'll check out your channel one of these days again. I'll come over there. Yeah, I know the toxicology report. She had regular use levels of topiramate in her system, meaning she probably took it regularly before she went in there, because there's a half-life of 21 hours, which would mean you'd have to drink a bucket full to show the levels that she had, the 3,000 nanograms per milliliter. Okay, thank you very much, and good night. I've heard you do it many times, Uncle Fed. Believe me. Remember, you guys all hate me. All right, yeah, I see what you're saying. So how do we get back to anything to talk about here? Because Uncle Fed's just hanging out. But tell you what, Uncle Fed, let's just say goodnight. You go back to your channel. I hope your channel doesn't get shut down because you used my live stream. I apologize for that. I can always remove the strike if it's necessary. But if I show up on your chat, I hope you're just as polite to me. No, I'm not a flag boy. That's me personally. I didn't send any of my people over there. That's what flag people do. All right? I did it myself. You used my live stream. You can't do that. I don't think he has. I don't think Tails has something that's going to be useful in that. I think he might have something he believes is that, but I don't think so. All right, so see you later, Uncle Fed. Have a good one. Oh, let's see, God, I can't remember the name. Man, look at all that blocking going on up there. That's awesome. Well, Tails can actually contact me, right? He sent me his number, but I don't have the ability to dial out on the Skype system. So if he wants to call me, he can do that. Just have him come back on here. See you later, Uncle Fed. Just have your people be a little bit politer next time when I show up there, okay? If you notice, my people were pretty polite to you comparatively. Nobody accused you of working for some higher organization to cover anything up, but you very well could be. Is he in there? Once you called them off. No, I just said don't block him. Nobody ever, they just put you on, they blocked one of your comments. They didn't say anything. That's the difference. See what I'm saying? But I guess that makes me different than you. You don't care when people bash other people. So where is Tails in there? Is he, Hey, listen, everybody. I apologize for letting, switching, getting off track right there. It's weird how someone, you mentioned their name once the entire time you're on YouTube, and they're so hurt by it, yet they bring you up 1,000 times over the months, and I never once said a damn thing. What happened, Colleen? Who, me? Are you talking to me, Colleen, or I don't know who you're talking to? Oh, you're talking to Uncle Fed, okay. Yeah. What does that mean? Just trying to figure this out. It's hard to read all these comments. Yeah, maybe. I guess. Oh well. Yeah, I have lots of thoughts on the recent cases. I mean, the ones I've been looking at. It was weird because the other day I was so excited to start doing the personal paranormal videos, and then when I got up to do it, I was going to do it, and then I go, okay, you know what, I'm going to go to brunch first with my parents, and then we went to get parents, Jesus. We went to get brunch, and when I came home, boom, I'm just inundated with, they caught April Tinsley's killer, and I was like doing a jig. I mean, literally, like, I had one hand up and one hand down and danced on one foot in a circle, you know? Well, not really, but yeah, it was crazy. So I just put that on hold because I wanted to get as much as I could about the April Tinsley case until I feel like right now I've kind of done as much as I can. And then today I said, okay, I'm going to do my first personal paranormal story. Thanks, Colleen. Alright, so I don't know, is he going to call me on the phone? The Tails guy? Or maybe it's too late over there right now. I just saw an email. He gave me his phone number, but I can't call him on Skype. Maybe I can just call him tomorrow and see what he's talking about. No, nothing really new in the Delphi case. It's really just... I'm hoping they're doing the same ancestry DNA thing. Thanks, Stephanie. Yep, I was watching. I appreciate it. I'm gonna check something out. Wow. Check something out. Wow, that's pretty loud, my air conditioner. I was just listening to my channel. That's crazy. Sorry about that, everybody. Sounds like you're at an airport. My only concern about Delphi is I don't know if they have that great of a DNA sample. This one person kind of told me some stuff that was not known, and then it ended up being true. And they also said that too. Okay, he told me that they were surprised how little DNA they could find. and it was just a really weak. So I don't know what. I don't know. I'm hoping that's not accurate, but he was accurate on the other stuff. Yeah, but it's, man, when I just turned that video on, it sounded like I was at O'Hare Airport. Oh my God, what do you mean? How do you know what O'Hare Airport sounds like? See, that was just, I said that on purpose. Okay. How do you know what O'Hare Airport? Oh, were you there? Oh, wow, did you hear that, everybody? Oh, Jesus. Yeah, so it sounds like, I don't know. Hopefully they got something. So did you figure out what the deal was there, Megan? Like, what was the problem with the communication? That's a different last name, I think. It was Johnson before, right? Yeah. Were the V bodies marked up? Why was FBI? The V bodies. I don't know what that means. But yeah, I think the FBI was called in because of what this crime scene looked like. All right, hey Tails, you want to call in then? I'm going to put the number on the screen. You can call my Skype. All right, here we go. All right, there it is. There it is. Look at that. And you've got 10 seconds to dial that number. Hurry up, Tails. There's the number. You can tell us all the news. Or did you just want me to call you privately on the side like tomorrow or something? Oh, okay. Been waiting on this ish for a half hour. What's an ish? Why is that, Little Victories? Here, just a second. I'll be back in a second. Oh, but I missed the call. Alright, I don't know if he called or not. Doesn't look like it. Hurry up! Usable phone? Well, what if I had called you? Wouldn't the phone that's usable have rung? How about this? I'll call his house, and the phone that's usable will ring, and he'll be able to find it. I'm just joking. Oh, it's ringing. There we go. Hello.
What's up, Oregon?
Is this Indiana or what?
Yep, Indiana.
All right. How's it going? I don't know how to put this over here. But. Well, you have to turn down the audio from the video. You can only just talk. You have to turn down the audio, and then just talk on the phone. From the YouTube video, audio down.
Okay, I got you.
All right. So what's up? Tell me what's going on.
Alrighty. So, are you familiar with the Flora case?
Yeah, the girls that were burnt there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean,
Okay.
I'm not really familiar.
Did you have
like,
the
I don't know.
information on the Liberty German's grandmother appraising the house the week before it burned down?
Oh, I mean, are you gonna? Let me ask you something. Are you gonna go into like accusing family members and stuff? Because if you are, I can't do it because
no.
I'm friends with all of them.
No.
Okay.
Nope. No accusing family members.
Okay.
I have,
it's actually
okay, so
I call
my
her.
wife
You're talking
has a
about
couple
Becky,
photos.
right? You're talking about Becky, right?
Huh?
I mean, Becky is who you're talking about, right? Because Becky's actually, I call her the mother, because she's actually the guardian. But yeah, I mean,
Well,
she's
yeah,
technically the grandmother.
basically, yeah. You're right. Okay, so, well, I just was wondering if you were aware of that part of it, that she appraised the house a week before it burned down, the house in Flora.
No, but I'd have to see proof of that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I was talking to an officer yesterday,
Uh-huh.
and he said that although that was the case, that the Flora and the Delphi, basically murders were not related in any way.
Uh-huh.
The officer did say that the Flora fire was intentionally set, and that inside the home, the lady moved off directly afterwards with some apparent proceeds.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so my wife has a couple of photographs of a man, and they are very eerily similar to the bridge guy. So my wife's from Delphi. I basically grew up in Delphi. I was just on the outskirts of it. My best friend lived there through his childhood, so I did spend a lot of time in Delphi. There's one man who stands out to me regarding the bridge guy, and I wanted to send you the photographs because there's some key points on the photos. She just so happens to have two full-body shots of this man. I didn't really want to say his name out there because I have custody of my daughter, and I live just around the way from Delphi at this point. I spent about 12 years in Delphi. I've been in the neighboring town for about 2 years, so I didn't want to put my daughter in any jeopardy by saying a name. But this man, he makes some serious life threats. He took off after the murders.
I mean, have you guys turned in his name to anybody, or?
Oh yeah, I think the tip line has been told his name a few times. We actually sent the photos to Liberty German's father, and he didn't ever respond. But we think that LE or FBI has control or reigns over his Facebook profile. So there was never a response, or they weren't even read at that point, which we put the photos back up because we have two original copies, and we have side by side the photos next to Bridge Guy, and all the key points are there, man. So I just wanted to, kind of throw the info off in your direction, being how you're pretty good at your investigative work, and see where you can go with it, basically,
Yeah, I mean, like, you could send me all the stuff you have. I mean, but the problem is like, during this case, I mean, I had this lady send me, she was talking about her husband, and man, this guy, literally, I was thinking, God, this really, because they live in Brookston, just out, not too far away. They looked just like the guy. Her husband had even been reported by somebody else. It was pretty weird, all this stuff. So there's so many times where it's just people look just like the guy.
Okay,
like, everybody looks like the guy in Delphi.
Do you remember the guy's name that you're thinking of?
Yeah, Well, I'll tell you the initial. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Was it David or Edward?
No.
Okay, so I haven't heard this gentleman's name come up yet, but word has it that he is untraceable at this time. Nobody can find him. Nobody knows of his whereabouts. He took off after the murders. He was directly linked with Liberty's father. He was staying with him for quite some time before the murders. His ex-wife actually slept with Liberty's dad, who was he's a known meth cooker in the Carroll County area. The man who I'm talking about, his daughter was sleeping with the dude for dope. They call the dude G. I'm not pointing any fingers at the family, but the man that I'm speaking of, he has all the motive. I've seen and heard time and time again him make threats on people's lives. He's busted windows out, chased people with guns. He's threatened so many times to kill people. He's responsible for molestation. He made some life threats on that issue, and they changed their story, and he got away from it. He was convicted of, he was convicted of having a meth lab and child molestation, but you will not find it on his record. So, with that being said, the gentleman who I'm speaking of, he was in cahoots with law enforcement, and he's made some threats against law enforcement to the point where they have literally backed away from him out of fear and left him alone. So,
well, how does he get convicted of? Well, hold on a second. When I start speaking, you gotta just let me interject, because that's what So as soon as you hear me talking, just All right. So, how do you know that if he's been convicted of certain things? But you're saying, but he doesn't have. There's no record of it. I mean, that doesn't make any sense.
Okay, so let me go into a little more detail. My wife, the guy I'm talking about, his ex-wife is my wife's aunt, biologically.
Mm-hmm. His wife is your ex-wife's aunt. Wait, say that again.
Okay, so the man that I'm speaking of, his ex-wife is my wife's aunt, the biological aunt. It's her mother's sister that was married to this man. Okay. And honestly, I don't know if there are people from the Carroll County area watching, but I'm sure by now, if there are, they all know who he is. Everybody fears of this guy. He took off after the murders, man. I have a couple of photos of the dude that are full body shots. He's in the exact same position as Bridge Guy. All the key points are matches. Everybody's scared of the dude. Nobody wants to talk or speak his name, but they all know who he is and exactly what he's done. He does carry a weapon on him. He makes a lot of threats against people's lives. So, it's your grandfather's gun that he has? Okay, so he is in possession of my wife's grandfather's handgun. It's a hand-me-down, right. And he wound up with possession of it over theft. He has battered my wife's aunt several times. He molested her children. He made threats, made them change their stories.
Your wife's children? I mean, what do you mean? Are you? My
wife's aunt's children were molested by him. Okay. 2 of them. Anyways, so not to give too much out, but my wife was molested as a child. She has some issues with remembering who had done it. Upon looking at the photos that she pulled out, because we went through some photos a few months ago, and she pulled out the 2 photos of this gentleman, and she's almost positive that it was him that was doing the touching, because is it your mother? Was it your mom that was staying with him? So my wife's mother was actually staying with the guy at that time. They had come back from Florida, and they stayed with this guy, and that's right around the time that she was molested and her brother got taken away from her. Okay? So, I guess with all that being said, I'm just going to spit out a name here. It's Edward David Hutchinson.
I haven't heard of that name.
You haven't heard this name? Okay, so anyways, I'm 32 years old. I've spent my whole life in the Delphi area. I grew up between Buck Creek and Battleground, the one-lane bridge. I moved to Brookston 2 years ago. I'm in the loop. I was speaking to an officer yesterday about the case. He said NASA and Disney both ran the bridge guy photo with a still shot anyways, because he said it was from a video that was taken from afar, and that he had watched the whole video, and he gave me a little information on it, saying that that was as good as the picture literally got, because it was from afar, and that most of the rest of the video recording was from a standpoint of the phone facing the girl's feet, while they mentioned a few things about the man.
Yeah, I've said that all in my video. I've said that. I already know all that. It's in all of my videos. I mean, it's like that's kind of what I did. I figured out, all the stuff about the where the camera was. She was holding it, trying to conceal it, and she filmed him just that little bit. There's like probably 5 frames where he's really in there, and then it kind of goes down, and it's not all you get at that point now is audio that's useful, because she's filming the ground, and she's about like 4 or 5 feet off the end of the bridge. That's where Libby's standing, and then Abby actually is stepping off the bridge, and then the guy comes in right behind him, and I know that he said other words and so forth. I have those, and then says, go down, get down the hill. I think he says, get down the hill, like that. So.
Yeah, so the officer went on to tell me that that piece of audio, he explained that was literally the only audio that they had of the man who is the suspect.
Well, I've actually. I don't think he was telling you. I don't think he was telling you the truth. I think he was leaving something out, because I've actually talked to Becky and other people. And, I mean, I know that there
because
was
I
other
also
things.
heard that there was at least an hour of recording going on. Whether it was video or audio, I'm not sure.
Well, I didn't hear that part, that there was recording an hour. I just know that other words were said on the bridge, like the girls were talking, and then the guy said one other comment, and then he said down the hill.
So the officer I spoke to, he patrols in my town probably 1 or 2 days a week. He is a Flora officer where the Flora fire occurred. He proceeded to tell me that there was some corruption in the Delphi case, and that unfortunately Carroll County did not put their best investigators to use. At the time that they should have been there, they used other people who weren't as credible of resources or whatever. So there's an amount of corruption to it. Delphi's gotten the ballpark. They've gotten all the funding for the historical high bridge in the park area for surveillance. They're still selling $10 piece cookies. They're selling T-shirts and bracelets still. They've gotten all the funding and everything that they had ever planned on doing for the near future. Everything they want, they have over there, man. It's just, there is a level of corruption to this. They brought the FBI in immediately to make themselves, kind of unsuspecting in the corruption part of it. And they brought a tip line in, and since then they have made arrests for an unprecedented amount of unrelated crimes, drugs, what have you for it. So there is a level of, there's a lot of people saying that.
I heard this a lot. Like, I hear this a lot, like, that Katz guy and Greeno and all those people. They always say the same kind of stuff, and I don't believe in that kind of stuff. When people say, "Oh, they got all this money for the ball field," and look at, and this girl died.
Some part of it is saying that they literally took advantage afterwards. Not saying that the murders happened because of it, but they did take advantage somewhat and put it in, you know, in their defense as to put themselves in a position to be able to catch a lot more crime-related issues than they had previously been able to do before. So the FBI, they came in, they designated a special little building in Delphi. They didn't do a damn thing. They left out of there. When I called in a tip-related manner, I was directed to the Indiana State Police Post, which is about 4 miles from where I'm at. And it was literally a dial pad. It gave me options on what number to push. And if this is regarding the Delphi case, it wasn't like a literal tip line anymore. So there is some strangeness going on about the case. But anyways, I mainly wanted to call you in regards to the photos that I have, because my wife and I I mean, we're pretty convinced that this is the guy.
Well, send me the pictures and I'll take a look at it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, just send me the pictures and I'll take a look at it. I'm not going to put them on the air or something. I'm not going to. I don't like doing the crap where, you know, people put faces on Facebook and all over social media of somebody that they think is somebody. I mean, I wouldn't mind looking at it, and if it's really interesting, then I can forward that. And if you maybe just type up a quick little, you know, write in what you're saying this guy did, and I can send it to, you know, different I know, like Holman. I can send it to, you know, Sergeant Holman and those kind of people, and they can take a look at it, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
But I mean, I'll let you know what I think too. I'll email you back and say, oh wow, that does kind of, you know, I'll say that, you know. I'll be honest.
Absolutely.
With you. Yeah.
Anyways, there's a lot of key points that make this guy very similar to the bridge guy. And there's a lot of things that he's done in his past that just relate him back to committing crimes of that nature. So, like I said, I haven't personally heard his name come up anywhere on any social media platforms or anything of that nature. You cannot find the guy on Facebook. There's a couple things in the Carroll County Comet when you go back so far to like the 2010 era. But like I said, man, I have the 2 full body shots of the guy, and I just wanted you to look at them and to kind of make your own decision on it, because I'm pretty convinced that it very well may be the guy. You know, he's done so much in the county and the surrounding counties in this area that it's just hard to believe that he wouldn't do something of this nature. I actually heard from a couple people that he may be responsible for the death of a couple people. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that have been said about the guy. He used to be a friend of my stepfather, and I've heard him say some serious shit, man. He's broken a chair over his ex-wife's back. I seen the guy tell her to sit the hell down, or if she wanted, he asked her if she wanted another chair broken over herself, and I mean, the dude's a literal psycho. So, anyways, man, I got the photos. I just figured I'd call in and give a little insight on it because everybody was curious and whatnot.
We'll have to do like a night.
Has been tipped off about the guy.
We'll have to do I have a whole bunch of other people I know in Delphi that I talk to. But yeah, maybe we could do like I don't know, maybe hangouts or something. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out. I don't know if I can do like multiple calls. I might be able to do that where everybody's on at the same time, but it gets kind of nutty. I mean, because like right now it's hard for you to hear when I'm talking, and you'll just start talking, and then if somebody else is talking, then everybody's just talking over everybody. So it's kind of difficult.
Yeah, there is a delay of sorts. I did send you an invitation. I found you on Hangouts via your email address. I sent you an invitation, regarding my YouTube message box, because when I updated my YouTube, it gave me for the inbox for your notifications and stuff. If you scroll to the left on my YouTube, it gives me direct messenger for YouTube. So I did send you a Hangouts invitation.
I see it.
For, okay. So you can contact me via the YouTube Messenger. You can contact me via the Hangouts. I did send you an email also. I felt like you're more of a knowledgeable person. You know, I've been watching your videos for some time. I always give you a thumbs up.
No, yeah, I appreciate it. I'll take a look at the pictures.
Problem, man. You're very thorough.
Yeah, so if I see the pictures and I feel like there's something to it, I can I'll send them in to somebody else. But I don't like putting people's faces. A lot of people do that, and I mean, I've actually been accused of being the killer too. So because I knew too much, and I've got a goatee. So by God, you must be the killer too, because you got that big beard, right? You just cut it down that day. Is that right?
Because you have so much information, Gray. You're the killer. You just have to be. Yeah, I love the trolls, man. They're always seems like there's always a troll here and there on your channel. It's funny how all your subscribers respond to them, though. Like Mr. Unk, I don't care if any trolls come to my channel. I let them know that the hatred's not welcome there. So I see that you accepted my invitation.
Yeah.
Anyways, I just want to kind of give you a little debriefing. There's a lot of people that are scared to say the dude's name or whatever, or to throw him under the bus and things like that. So that just kind of leads me more to believe that this could possibly be the guy. This is the closest matching photo I have seen so far, and my wife pulled it out of the family collection. So it's very eerie. It's very concerning. The body, the face, the motion of the feet and legs, the way the knee points up. I mean, one of the photos I have is almost a direct match of the bridge guy. It'll probably be pretty eerie to you once I go ahead and send it. But anyways,
when
I figured I'd go ahead and do that now.
Yeah, send it to me now, and I'll comment on the air after we hang up it.
Okay.
What? Let's see. I can't remember what I just asked. What did I say? How old are the pictures?
Okay, so one of the pictures is marked 1999 on the back. Okay, and the other picture does not have a date, but, well, it might. No, it doesn't. The other picture does not have a date. Okay, so one's from 1999. The other photo I have is from maybe, I would say, the mid-2000s, based on his look.
And how old is he now?
The other photo,
How old is he now? Like, how old is he?
Hey, man.
Oh.
Hang on just a sec.
Oh.
How old is Dave?
I thought he was Edward.
Would you say he's mid-50s? Late 50s, maybe about 60. Yeah, he's about 60 years old. So
I thought you said his name was Edward. I thought it was Edward, but you're saying it's David?
Yeah, they call him Dave, or they call him Hutch. Okay. Man, I can't believe I'm saying this. Anyways, I'm armed to the teeth in my residence. I'm armed to the teeth. So if anybody were to come here stirring up any kind of shit with me, man, being, the fact that I have full custody of my daughter, if it's regarding any information that I'm saying and they're not law enforcement and they're here to do any kind of damage to me, I'll just throw that out there too. I'm prepared, man. Because everybody else is scared to say the guy's name. At this point, I don't even care. I feel like he should be looked into. He took off after the murders. There's just too many eerie similarities, and the dude's a freakazoid, man. So,
hey, I use that word too.
Around my home,
I use that word all the time, freakazoid. So I call people zoids because it's actually the end of freakazoid. So in here we're all freaks, but then sometimes I say, hey, zoids, because I'm actually referring to freakazoids. All right. Yeah, but you be safe out there. You're perfectly the one that I'm talking to at the end of my videos.
Hey, I'm safe, brother. I'm not putting my family in danger in any way, and if there's a chance that I may be putting my family in danger, I'm fully prepared. I'm always looking, you know, in the dark. I'm a nighttime kind of person. I have surveillance in my home. You know what I'm saying? So it's just at this point, I just feel like this needs to be addressed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If this is a possible link to solving the Delphi homicides, then more power to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like I see so many videos and I hear so many people comment on people like Daniel Nations. We all know that that's not the guy.
Yeah.
The guy who's involved in the case is most likely local. This man has been around the Carroll County area for most of his life. So it's just, it's haunting, man. When I look at the photos, I just get a weird feeling. I know the dude's at least been up to something or other, and the pictures are very, very similar to the BG. They're more similar so than any pictures I have seen in the 2 years or whatever since it's happened. So I'm gonna go ahead and ship them to you, brother.
Okay, I'll check them out.
Yeah, I brought the heat, little victories.
All right, I'm gonna check them out.
Yeah. So anyways, yeah, there's a 55-year-old David Hutchinson in Camden, Indiana. That's the name that was given to begin with. That's exactly who it was. There's one search result in Delphi. There's one search result in Camden. There are about 100 Edward David Hutchinsons in the Indiana area, but the two that, the one in the Delphi and the one in the Camden, Florida area, those are the ones. I couldn't find a photograph of him there. I do have 2 personal photos of the dude, so I'm gonna go ahead and send them to you, buddy.
All right, I'll check them out. Hey, I appreciate you calling in. We'll have to do a follow-up at some point.
Hell with it, man. Ain't nobody seen or heard from the dude. There's quite a few people that are questioning it, but they're too afraid to speak. I'm just throwing it out there, man. So.
Yeah, that's cool.
I mean, I hope the case gets cracked. Like I said, there's a lot of people. I mean, not. You know, like I'm not even in Delphi, but there's a lot of people around this area and other areas that are just literally scared to let their children play outside by themselves to this day. So, you know, it's very concerning that the guy hasn't been caught yet. So I just hope, you know, everybody's thrown their 2 cents in. I've been watching the whole time over everything. I just feel like maybe I should throw 2 cents in as well. So, you know what I'm saying? You threw the number out there. I figured I'd give you a call. Hell with it, buddy. So, here we are.
All right. Well, I appreciate you calling in. We'll do an update one of these days coming up, all right? I'll let you know what I think there, all right?
Hey, thanks for letting me call in, brother.
Yeah, thank you. All right, we'll talk to you later.
I appreciate it.
Yep.
Yeah, you too, man. Later on, buddy.
All right, bye. All right. Tales called in. Tales from the Crypt. Just kidding. Yeah, it's kind of freaky. We'll have to see what the images look like. I hope, well, if he sends them to me now, yeah, I'll comment. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So now I have to stay up until I get the images. Jeez. Hurry up, Tails. Just kidding. Yeah, well, you guys won't be seeing the images, but I'll let you know what I think. Okay? I don't do that, the image thing. I never allow posts. I always comment when people post images of people and go, hey, doesn't this guy look like the bridge guy? I tell them to take it down. But if you're just sharing with me or, you know, privately, that's different. Because literally at this point, 500 people, even Sergeant Jerry Holman was accused of being the killer at one point, if you can believe that shit. You can see it in my debunking video about that. It's funny because I actually talked to Jerry Holman on the phone. I've twice now. One time he called me because he was wondering where I got my information. That's what I was telling you about earlier, was that somebody actually told me some stuff that turns out that it was pretty accurate. Like it was some weird stuff that shouldn't be known yet. And I brought it up, and so he called me up to wondering where I got the information, but I didn't snitch on the person. I said, well, I can't really tell you the guy's name because he's related to some other politician that knew the information, and that guy's running for office, so I couldn't tell him. But if he really needed it, I would do it. But it was just kind of. And then one time we talked for a long time, and we talked about everything, and it's crazy how people actually were even accusing him, and just it's nuts. People are sick, just like they are in the freaking Kenneka Jenkins case. Just wackos that start accusing everybody of being involved because they're so bored with their own lives and they can't figure things out on their own. So when somebody else figures some things out, oh my God, they've got to be involved somehow. It's ridiculous. So, hey, Tails, are you going to be emailing me this or in the same email address that you have? Oh, cool. JP. Yeah, that was a crazy story, right? That's actually, it was, I'll tell you what was weird about making my personal paranormal video was how weird it was to see on Google Earth the fraternity area there, and it looks exactly the same. Like literally, there's no difference. And it was cloudy, so I was looking up there, and it just totally brought back memories just making the video. It was wild. And then that picture of my brother, I didn't have one just sort of sitting around here. It's like in a binder somewhere. So I typed his name on Google, and I found it. The same one that I was going to look for. So that's a little bit synchronous. Yeah. I agree, Carrie. Is what real? I don't know if he called in the tip line or not. Okay, hold on. I got one of the images. Well, it's pretty blurry. Hard to tell on that one. Got some big feet, though, this guy. I don't know. This guy's got... My God, he looks like he wears size 23 shoes, and he's maybe 5'8". Oh, man, those are massive shoes, man. So, I don't know about that first one there. Hey, Daro, how's it going over there? Just thought I'd check in with my agent. Producer, you know. Yeah, but man, that guy had massive feet in the image that he sent. So far, anyways. Let's see what the next one. These are kind of weird. These images are hard to look at. I don't know. I mean, the way that you're sending them, that's really distorted. Like, this guy's feet are as big as Shaquille O'Neal. Okay? I think you need to, like, scan them in with a scanner or something. Yeah, it's hard to tell with these. I wouldn't say anything. I mean, my opinion, looking at those, is I would say there's absolutely no way to tell anything by the two that I've seen so far. Okay, that's where I'm at. And I'll describe it to you guys. He's wearing shorts with no shirt on, no pants on, and he's got, like he's at the beach kind of, right? And he's just standing against a fence and has these feet that are just massive. No, Colleen, I just described you what I was looking at. Yes, the guy should be in jail for having too big of feet. That's for damn sure. At this point. Yeah, give me some better pictures. But he didn't. But his shoes aren't. Okay, so he's commenting that he always wears big shoes. But doesn't he wear? But the suspect image doesn't really have really big shoes on compared to these shoes. And it'd be hard to. I'd have to take. What I need is a picture where everything's oriented correctly. Like the picture's taken perpendicular to the. To the actual plane of the image, and then you can send it. So you can take a picture, but you got to make sure it's literally perpendicular, not at an angle, because then it throws everything off. Yeah. Well, I'll have to check that out. It's just the thing that you sent me is really blurry, though. All right. So, yeah, maybe tomorrow or something, like, try to send me some better ones. What are you talking about, Colleen? I haven't even been talking to you. Yes, it looks like, Vic, that he's got... Well, to me it looks like he's got Shaquille O'Neal's shoes on his feet. And he's not really that tall, Yeah, Shaq's probably an easier way to say it, right? Shaq's shoes. I did describe the photo, Colleen. Don't you remember? I said that He was a guy with shorts on. He was sitting on the beach. He had no shirt on, no pants on, but just shorts, and then these feet that are just huge. All right, see you later, Tails. Thanks for coming on and sharing that. I'll take a look tomorrow. Yeah. Wow, what an active night in here tonight. Lots of crazies. I know, when I said don't bite my head off, come down, great. I don't get it. I'm totally calm, Colleen. I think you're sort of, I don't know what you're doing. You're misreading a lot of stuff. I'm just hanging out. I'm not talking to you. You said that, are you going to describe it other than big feet? But I had just described it. That's it. That's all I told you. I said I did describe it. That's all I told you. And then now you're going off on this. Oh, God. Here we go. Let's see. There's me again. Hey, my bot showed up. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell. Alright, everybody. I think that's it for me tonight. I'm tired. I'll probably leave this up until the morning and then get rid of it. It wasn't really that useful. A lot of bullshit on there, to be honest with you. I mean, some of it was good, but some wasn't. Yeah, it was a long night, yeah. But, hey, my Portland Trailblazers won the NBA Summer League, which is pretty cool. They actually won all 7 of their games. There was 30 teams, and they beat the Lakers again. I mean, not again, but we played the Lakers last year in the Summer League Championship. And then this year we played them and just killed them. So it was good. Alright, I think I'm going to turn on my Furious Freaks. Hey, before I do Furious Freaks, do you guys like that paranormal music that I was just playing right there? Like, that's a pretty good sort of background for that. I think it works pretty good. Give me a 1 if you like that. The paranormal music. All right. Yeah. Good night, Kelly. Here, I'm going to play it. Here we go. Gotta start it over. Okay. Boom. There we go. Yee-hoo. Where should we go this time? Africa? Saudi Arabia. Woo! I got this down. right, freaks! Woo-hoo! Hey everybody, thanks for showing up tonight. I appreciate y'all showing up. Sorry we got off track there for a little bit with Uncle Fed and the rest of the crew. I guess that's partially my fault as well for allowing that to happen, but whoever knows what's going to go on in these lives, right? Just like we got the call from Tails. Alright everybody, so until next time, be safe out there.